Hi, everybody. Right. Welcome to the Cigar Advisors podcast.
Welcome. Welcome,
everybody. Am I on a delay or are we good?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You just interrupted me just to interrupt me. Okay, cool.
Nah, not at all. So anyway.
Hi, everybody. What? Go ahead.
Okay, joke first then, because now this is going to lead me to a joke. All right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting sheep.
Oh, shit. Interrupting sheep.
No?
Jesus, I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting out of the podcast. There's no way I'm putting that shit in.
Okay, all right. I'm ready now.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome to the Cigar Advisors podcast. I am John.
I'm Matt.
That's my co-host, Matt. So a little housekeeping. Obviously, this episode is coming out late tonight, or late this week. We're actually a week behind. So we actually did record episode 6, which was our 2022 holiday gift guide. And for the first time, we're using a different program to record our podcast. We didn't want to be reliant on Podcastle, so we're trying something different. And that recording didn't go so well, to the point where we had to basically scrap the entire video. So what you have this week is actually something that I posted in our community, in a community post, that this week was going to be our Cigar Advisors Super Show. It's going to contain both our holiday gift guide that we had originally planned this episode to be, but because we don't also want to be behind the ball, Cigar Aficionado, which was supposed to be our episode 7 for this week, released their top 10 cigars of the year. So we wanted to also go through that as well. So we're actually going to be doing both this week. So we're going to go over basically our 2022 holiday gift guide, and we're going to go through the top 10 cigars in the top 25 of 2020 for Cigar Aficionado.
Everything John just said.
Yep. So what are you smoking? What are you drinking?
So I'm actually smoking kind of a classic, the Monte Cristo Platinum Series. Bam. Hitting you up.
Yep. Drinking?
And then drinking, I am drinking the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof. This particular bottle's at 127.9, so 130 proof. Drinks hot. It definitely drinks hot, but I'm not always too thrilled about Jack Daniel's product, but this is actually decent. It's more than decent. It's actually good.
That's cool. I'm going a little classic this time with my cigar selection. So I'm smoking the My Father OG, and I am drinking a Dr. Pepper. And if I lack some energy tonight, I also have a Ghost energy drink. So
I've never had that.
Yeah, I've been trying all different types of energy drinks recently, like the Ghost, the G Fuel, like stuff other than like Red Bull and Monster and stuff like that. So
I'm worried if I drink an energy drink, my heart will explode.
Probably. It's probably not good to smoke if you have heart problems. I actually have a little high blood pressure, so I probably shouldn't be drinking it myself. But I don't drink it very often. Um, I make sure I get the ones that are zero sugar too. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
It
Did you
sounds
pick
it
up
sounds healthy.
anything? Yeah. Did you pick up anything this week at the store, liquor or cigar wise?
I did get that Jack Daniels. So there's this same bottle, but it
Uh
comes in like a special box, which I really like.
huh.
So I did pick that up, and I just found this like hole in the wall liquor store, and I sent Precious a picture. I'll send it to you so we can add it in here of where
Okay.
they have the Jack Daniels uh, 3 Game of Thrones scotches, blended
Oh,
scotches.
okay.
So I'm gonna definitely go back and pick those up. I just didn't have time tonight. My hands were
Cool.
already full just buying just regular stuff. Like I always like to have like Maker's Mark on hand when I'm making like uh, old fashions and things like that. So I had to go pick up some of that stuff too because holiday parties and stuff coming up.
Yeah. I
How
didn't
about
pick
you?
up anything drink wise, but I did pick up a couple of cigars. So I picked up the Partagas Black Series in a Toro size.
Cool.
And I picked, we'll talk about the cigar later, but I picked up the My Father uh, Lee, Lee Boju 1922 in a Torpedo.
Did you get those at Cigar International?
No, actually, I went to Total Wine because I had to
Mm,
go pick up some stuff to make coquito and get some stuff for like uh, white elephant gifts and stuff like that. So um, they have a humidor, so you know I
yeah,
couldn't not walk in and buy something.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I think it's like a requirement if you go there.
yeah, that's
Definitely
the
a
one thing
requirement.
I do like about Total Wine versus ABC Liquor.
Mm,
Um, Total Wine actually has a full walk-in humidor. Um, so,
yeah. So one of our ABCs up here does.
oh, that's
Yeah,
all the
it's
ABCs I've ever been to. They've it's just if they do have cigars, it's like a little box in the corner or something like that.
yeah. That's the typical that I ran into. This is the only one I've actually been in that has the actual like walk-in room humidor, and they have a good selection. Um, they had the Pappy's cigars, and I have a box of those actually. But
You have a
that was
box of the Pappy cigars.
yeah, yep. I mean like
Have you tried any?
no, I won't even open the box. I like the box. I don't know if they're any good. They actually didn't have very good reviews, honestly. But
I
I
wouldn't think
wanted the
so
box.
because there's a lot of people that don't like Pappy, even though it's like $3,000 bottle of
Buffalo Trace.
alcohol. Yeah.
$3,000 bottle of Buffalo Trace. No, but it's about the collecting for me, not always like the flavor or whatever. Sometimes I just like collecting certain things. So
Mm. For cigars,
yeah,
I mean I agree like in a certain aspect with cigars. There's a part of me that wants to collect, but
yeah,
yeah, like that's why I usually like if it's an expensive cigar,
hmm,
I'll pick two, one to smoke, one to collect, and maybe
yep,
on occasion I'll actually dig into it. But um,
yeah. I'm like that with my whiskeys, bourbon, cigars. It's just the bourbon and whiskeys are harder, and scotches too. They're harder to try to like get double of because stores actually limit you. Like it'll be like
mm,
one per customer, and they ain't messing around at all.
yeah,
There was actually one store I heard of that they actually like they make you open the bottle in front of them to stop you from reselling it.
hmm,
So I don't know, pretty
that's
cool.
interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
I'm all for
there's
that.
not, yeah. So there's not much in cigar news, just because we're 2 weeks out from any cigar news. I will just mention that there is a magazine called The Whiskey Advocate, which is kind of like the whiskey version of Cigar Aficionado. I think Cigar Aficionado actually probably owns Whiskey Advocate, but in line with the top 20 cigars or 25 cigars of 2022, Whiskey Advocate named their top 20 whiskeys of 2022. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll just go through number one, which is the Jack Daniel's Bonded. So,
which is a good bottle, by the way. I mean,
yeah.
In my opinion, not good enough to be number one, but it is a good bottle.
Yeah.
So,
again, I'm very surprised any Jack Daniel's product makes it onto that list. I mean, no disrespect to Jack Daniel's, but I'm just surprised. That's all.
No, I mean, like it's funny because you would think it would be some $200 bottle, kind of pseudo unicorn or one of the upper tier names that you hear so much, not the one that you can pseudo buy almost anywhere. But that one is readily available. Like, I've never not seen it. I mean, you can buy it at ABC Liquor. So it's and it is good. It's not bad. It's just not what I expected.
Yeah.
So, especially when there's like Jack Daniel's, Frank Sinatra, and all these others, but it is a good one. And there's another one that has it's got a maroon kind of red label. I forgot what it is, but it's decent. I have it upstairs. It's pretty decent too. Still, again, not what I thought would be number one, but whatever.
Yeah. I was expecting like a Weller's or I don't know.
No, same. And it's like they're doing whiskey, so I mean that kind of covers scotches too. And with the Takumi that just came out from Kentucky Owl, I mean that one actually was good. I was really surprised because there's some Kentucky Owl products I really like and some I'm like for the price of the bottle. But that one I was actually pretty happy with. I thought it was decent, really good. So I was kind of shocked not to see that one.
That's cool.
And it's a new blend, so I mean it fits into the 2022 deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go into the main subject of, since there's not really much any news.
The meat and potatoes.
We're gonna go over the meat and potatoes. The 2022 Cigar Advisors holiday gift guide coming to you right now. So like we'll just kind of go back and forth and talk about what we've got on our list. Again, these are products for yourself if you're a cigar enthusiast, for those people in your life that like smoking cigars, things in general you may need if you're a cigar smoker over the course of your life. In addition, we threw some stuff. If you're a whiskey or a cocktail drinker, that's more on the whiskey side. I'm more on the cocktail side. So we'll throw in those products too. So the
John
first product that I want to
cocktail.
I put the
100%.
Cocktail weenies. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Need One thermoelectric humidor, specifically the cooling versions, because we live in Florida and we don't really need the heating element in our thermoelectric humidors. If you are in one of those areas of the world where you also get very bad winters in addition to very hot summers, they do have a version of these humidors that do both cooling and heating. But I'm just going to talk about the cooling just because they're relatable to me and Matt since we're in this part of the world. So Need One was a brand that came across my radar because there was a lot of cigar content creators that was talking about it, and I'd never heard of Need One before. I've heard of New Air and other, Winador, electric humidor brands out there. But Need One was one that just came up out of the blue. So their humidors are relatively inexpensive when I think about the electric humidor game. And they come in three sizes. The first size is 16 liters, which holds around 100 cigars. 23 liters is the next, which holds around 150. And then their biggest size is 48 liters, which holds around 300 cigars. Now, the reason why I'm picking this thermoelectric humidor versus others that may be on the market is because Need One always has some type of coupon uh, with their products. Ever since they've released, you can always get anywhere from like $30 to $50 off. And so, you know, it's always beneficial, if you're saving money and stuff like that. So the 16 liter, which holds 100 cigars, typically retails for $189, and you can get
Hi, Mandy.
30 dollars off of that humidor, which brings it from 189 to 159. The 23 liter right now doesn't have a coupon, but right now it's running around 179. So like the normal price of a 16 liter is 189, and if the one next up is $10 cheaper, so
Yeah.
and their 48 liter, which is $299, currently has a $40 off coupon, which brings it down to $259. So
That's the one you need.
I'm probably aiming more for like the 23 liter, just because it's like not too small but not too big.
Just right.
I'm not really a collector. I smoke what I got. So
until you get that humidor,
you're the collector. No, I still smoke what I got. I'm too cheap to buy something that I'm not going to smoke. So. And I'll just go into my next two things just because they're kind of relatable. And if you do buy a thermoelectric humidor or any type of humidor, you are going to need to season and also calibrate your hydrometer. So Boveda makes a lot of good products that make the guesswork easy out of seasoning your humidor. They have one specifically for electric humidors. It is an 84% seasoning. It comes like in a little box. You just toss it in your humidor, leave it in there for like 14 days, and your humidor will be seasoned, good to go. That runs around $27.99. And then when you're calibrating your hygrometer to make sure that the humidity is good in your humidor, Boveda makes a calibration kit, a 75% calibration kit. So it's a little Ziploc bag that they send to you that has a Boveda pack in there, and you just toss in your hydrometer, seal it up, leave it for a week, and your hydrometer is calibrated, ready to go. So
I wish I would have done that with my humidor, honestly. It took me so long to actually get it to where it needed to be with the humidity and temp and all that kind of stuff. But I really wish I would have done that. I didn't educate myself, so it is what it is. But I'm good now. But it did take a lot longer than if I would have followed that. So for me, my first pick is the Rabbit Air A3, which runs right around $750. You can get that from their site, from Amazon. You can get it from so many places. We'll do an Amazon link, I'm assuming. And that is able to cycle the air in your room and kind of take the smoke and the odor out of it. I have friends that have it. They have them wall mounted, and you actually don't smell smoke. You don't see it on any of the chairs. I mean, obviously you have to clean up a little bit, but it does such a good job. Like, it is an impressive device that will keep your air quality clean. In my opinion, nothing is worse than when I go into like a cigar lounge, which is, you know, essentially what our podcast is kind of about. And it's filled with so much smoke and just kind of in the air that I want to leave. You know, I want to taste the smoke of my cigar, not the other 42 people in the room. So, it's a good product. I'll go in just to my second one, and it has nothing to do with my first one, and it's the cheapest thing on my list, which is something I think that you could buy for anybody that's new to cigars, because everyone starts somewhere, and it's the Cigar Quick Guide. It is $4.95. You can, again, get that on Amazon. It's just a really good, like, little quick reference guide to size, shape, color, flavor profiles. It has everything that you would really need to know to get started in the cigar world and to understand the phrases and the verbiage and the words that are being thrown around. I think it's a really good little guide. Even those that have been smoking a cigar for a little while may not know some of the things that are in that guide. That's what actually prompted me to buy the Filipino cigars, because I found out that tobacco is grown in the Philippines. Thought it was pretty amazing. So, good little guide. This is good.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either that or you've had a really hard day, so it's like it tastes
lit.
extra good.
I'm getting super lit.
So the next couple of things on my list are, you know, your staple things that you're going to need as a cigar smoker: a good cutter and a good lighter. So the first one is the Colibri V-Cut cutter. They range from anywhere from $45 to $49, depending on what color you get. You get them from Amazon. And I know, Matt, you have this also on your list as well, right?
Yeah, I do. And I gotta say, that's my favorite cutter. I have probably cut close to 30-ish cigars with it since having that particular cutter. And it is still sharp. That's my complaint with some of my other cutters, that they go dull, which it shouldn't. It's cutting a cigar. So, but yeah, that's a good one. Good, like, you putting that on the list was amazing, and it's a good buy. It's $45. Sounds like a lot, but you're buying. I mean, I've had mine for a little bit, and I've not bought any other V cutter, so it's a good one.
Yeah.
I wish I would have brought it down. I forgot.
That's okay. You know, I'm more of a straight cut guy, but I do occasionally enjoy the V cut. So, yeah.
Yeah. You have this one, right? The straight cutter? Yeah, you got this. That's
Yeah. Actually, that's what I'm using right now.
Really? We're twinsies.
Yeah.
BFFs for life.
It's not just a straight cutter, but it's also a cigar stand. So.
Man. I knew that. I have not been just putting my cigar on the table. All right.
You didn't know it was a cigar stand?
No.
Goodness.
I'm the special guest on this. I'm no longer the advisor.
You sure you smoked 30 cigars with your V cutter?
I didn't use it as a stand, that's for sure.
Anyway,
I'm using it right now, though. Like, it's actually really good.
Yeah, it keeps it off my table, like, you know.
Yeah, who would put them on a table? Stupid.
Because I don't have an ashtray. Like, I should have put an ashtray on our list. I think you did, but
I did.
Mine's
out back.
I use a tin cup. From
there you
Alcatraz.
go. So, you know what I was using for the longest time was a candle thing from like Yankee Candle or something. It fit really well on the top, and put the ashes inside. That was my broke days.
So my next thing is you're also going to need a good lighter. I really like Jetline lighters. I think they're pretty sleek.
Baller.
specifically the mongoose is really neat because it is a kind of like a small rectangular lighter, and most lighters you have to click down in order to light it. The mongoose you actually press in the sides to light it. So I thought that was a really neat feature. That runs like $34.99, and for a lighter that you're going to refill with butane, that's actually a really good, really affordable deal. So, because lighters can get very costly.
And the reservoir on it is awesome. Like I have
Yeah.
some that I've just like picked up. Like this one I bought when I was on a cruise. Like I picked it up just because I needed one. But this isn't a bad lighter. But you can maybe like get 10 cigars out of it. Uh-oh. John? Oh my gosh.
Would it be a show if there wasn't a technical difficulty?
Though, like, okay, I don't know if you want to, but you'll be able to edit that out because it was like super quick. It's so easy to just like drop you back in.
Yeah.
Anyway. Lighters. Yep. Pick this one up lighters. On a cruise.
Yep.
And this one I can maybe get, I don't know, maybe 10 cigars. I'm not really sure because, like, sometimes it gets passed around or whatever. But maybe 10 cigars. Maybe. But though, like the one you have.
So this is this is a jet line.
Mm-hmm.
It's branded for the Thompson Cigar Company. I don't know how many cigars I've lit with this so far. I've only refilled it once.
Yeah.
So this one has a very big reservoir, as you can see there. It's still halfway full. So
nice.
Jetline makes good lighters.
They really do. They have some impressive stuff. So, you already talked about the one that's on my list as well, which is the V Cutter. We'll put that link in. I'm going to kind of sidestep, though, from the cigar arena and go into one of my other joys in life, which is making cocktails. I love cocktails, gin, bourbon, whiskey cocktails. I actually don't make very many Scotch cocktails. Scotch is not something you should make a cocktail out of anyway. But rum. But this particular set is really good for making your old fashions with. It's really good for making some of your gin drinks with. It's truly a great set, and that's the Barilio mixing cocktail set. That is right around, like, I think $20 right now. The price goes up and down. It just depends. Speak of the devil.
You're the devil.
Oh, she said I'm the devil. Where are you going? Okay. She's going back inside. She made an old fashioned for me. It was a long day. And she actually always uses that set. She really likes it. But it comes with everything that you need to make an old fashioned. Everything. So highly, highly, highly recommend picking up that set if you're gonna try to mix you up some drinks. It even comes with a little kind of recipe book, very small, pocket size, and has a couple little good tidbits in it of how to make some of those basic cocktails. So I'm obviously a big old fashioned guy. I like bourbons. So mine are my everyday cocktails that I make with this set, or that my wife makes with the set, are usually made from like Maker's Mark or Buffalo Trace, things like that. Those kind of weeded bourbons. And on the special occasion, I try to go with something that's very high proof, so that way you can still kind of keep some of that bite in it. And I enjoy cherry bitters. And again, making it with that set is amazing. You can't find anything better in my opinion. You want me to go into my last one?
Yep.
All right. My last one's what we talked about earlier, and that is a ashtray from XIFEI. They make like some pretty cool stuff. One of those items is this ashtray, which I thoroughly like. It's what I have. It's a vintage cigar ashtray. It's kind of bronzish, brushed bronze in color, but it hasn't like gotten any burn marks. It cleans up really easily, and it's a single slot design, so it holds one cigar. So it's if you're by yourself, this is what I would use. But it's a good deal at $18, and I've had mine for probably over 6 months, and again, no issues, no problems. It's easy to clean up, looks good. Actually, honestly, it looks amazing because I like everything vintage. I like old school stuff, so fits into kind of my whole motif. But so that's my list. I think you have one more thing. No, you have two things left.
Yep, two things, and then we'll go right into Cigar Aficionado. So, it wouldn't be a cigar list without recommending you a cigar gift. So, my cigar gift recommendation is the My Father Selection Sampler. Runs about $35 at most retail stores. It comes with 4 Toros in a kind of nice like box/case thing. Those Toros are the Don Pepin Garcia Original Blue, the Jamie Garcia Reserva Especial, the La Antigüedad Toro El Centurion, and the Don Pepin Garcia Series JJ. You also get a lighter and a cutter. So 4 cigars, a lighter and a cutter in a sampler of My Father, which is, a very well-known, well-respected cigar brand. Can't really go wrong with that. And my last suggestion is a year subscription to Cigar Aficionado. Cigar Aficionado prints 6 issues throughout the year. Subscription is $24.95. It's not just a magazine about cigars. They have lots of interviews with a lot of celebrities, recommendations for like lifestyle and other things. So highly recommend a subscription. And that goes right into our next subject, which is the Cigar Aficionado top 10 cigars of 2022. They picked 25 cigars, but for this week specifically, they go from 10 to 1. And then tomorrow, which we're recording this on the 15th, so tomorrow, the 16th, they will release the remaining cigars, 11 through 25. If you are a first-time cigar smoker, long-time cigar smoker, this is a good list. Again, you have to take any top 25 cigar list with a grain of salt because everyone has a different palate, a different preference as far as like, what you like to smoke, the flavors that you like. So, you might not agree with the panel that selected these cigars as Cigar Aficionado, but there are tons of other. It's a good baseline to like expand your palate. So like, let's say that you like Maduro cigars, dark cigars, stuff that's like medium full body, but you might see a cigar on this list that doesn't fit the bill as far as like what you normally smoke. It's a great way to expand and try something new. Like, for example, I don't smoke Connecticut cigars much anymore, but like if I see a Connecticut cigar on a top 25 list, I might try it because it's become highly suggested by a group of individuals that, hey, this is a pretty good cigar. So
Can I say the first? Well, number 10, because it's probably one of the only ones that I can pronounce.
yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Okay. So at number 10 is the Arturo Fuente Rare Pink Vintage 1960 Series Sophisticated Hooker. That's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, I figured as much.
just because it said hooker.
Yeah, and I think sophisticated hooker is a reference to, if I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken. I think it's
An
a
expensive
yacht.
hooker.
No, I think it's a yacht of Arturo Fuentes.
Well,
But don't
that
quote me
sucks.
on that. Go read the article.
I'm going with expensive hooker. Like sophisticated, not your typical. Not your. I live in Orlando, so not your OBT hooker.
Okay.
It's like your Winter Park,
Ri-
which is like a richer area. Is richer a word? Like, can you say richer?
I don't know.
Like more rich?
I'm more rich than you. I'm richer than you. Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can definitely say richer. So richer area. But this cigar is not for the richer. It is $17.70. That's the actual retail. The wrapper is Ecuadorian. The binder and filler is Don Rep. So, I have not had that particular cigar, but
Yeah.
I will definitely say Arturo Fuente, as we all know, is one of my favorites.
Yeah. It did
Opus
get
X
a
for
90.
life.
It did get a 93 rating, which is high up there. Most of these cigars that are going to be on the list are above a 90. And even though the retail price of the cigar is around $17, because the rare pink line of Arturo Fuente is so sought after and limited edition, you won't be able to find the cigar less than $95. I've already searched, I've looked online. A box of the sophisticated hooker Vitola is $1,000. So, I mean, yeah.
Do you mind explaining Vitola to some folks?
So a
'Cause-
Vitola is refers to the size and the shape of the cigar. So, for example, I'm smoking a Toro, and a Toro typically is a specific size. So, like, I think it's like 6 inches as far as length to like 50 ring gauge, which is the circumference of the cigar. Now, you have ones that have tapered heads at the end, which are like torpedoes or bellicosos, and those are also another vitola of cigar. So, vitola is in reference to size, shape, stuff like that.
So, despite what you people have heard, size does matter.
Size does matter, but sometimes some sizes can be too big, like anything from Asylum 13.
Can I give a shout out to Carrie Benton right there?
Sure, whatever you want.
It just, when you say size and it can be too big, it just makes me feel really good about myself.
So I'm gonna go over number 9, which is the Romeo y Julieta Reserva Real Nicaragua Churchill. It received a 93 rating. It ranges around $8.62. The wrapper, binder, and filler all come from Nicaragua. Have you had that cigar? I mean, I know you've
I actually
smoked a lot of Romeo y Julieta, but I didn't know if you smoked the Nicaraguan, because that, I think, is new to this year or maybe the year before.
So, when I went to Cigar International, I actually did pick up 2 of those and smoked them same day, and they were actually really good. I was impressed, and I'm a big fan, obviously, of the Romeo, but it's just that was extremely good. I was very impressed. I did not know it was going to be cigar number 9. I actually didn't know that I had smoked it until I went back and I was looking through some photos today, and saw it. So I was surprised. But yeah, Romeo and Juliet and the Monte Cristos and gosh, what are some of the other big names out there, John?
Padron, My Father,
Yeah,
Cohiba.
That's another, like, in my opinion, it's like you have those like top 5 names, right? That everyone that is entering cigars knows of and looks for on the box, and you could never go wrong with any of the Romeo and Juliets, in my opinion. But that one is actually particularly good. All right, cigar number 8, Padron 1964 Anniversary Series. I think on one of the other episodes, did I smoke something similar? It wasn't a 1964, right?
I know you spoke something from Padron. I don't remember if it was a 64
Oh gosh, I wish I could remember.
Or the 26.
I can't remember.
It's the one that your brother-in-law got you.
Yeah. It's still like, again, that's another one of those cigars. It's a good staple. I mean, actually all these on this list are pretty good. There's only one that I'm like, Actually 2. There's only 2 on this list that I'm like, maybe. So, that's a good one. I'm looking through the list right now for anybody that wants to know. But I'm not watching porn at all. But so anyway, that got a rating of number 3. It's $11.60. And again, it is Nicaraguan. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but the Nicaraguan is that where people first went when the whole embargo thing happened? I remember watching the video.
I want to say yes. It was definitely one of 3 countries.
Right.
Nicaraguan being one, Dominican Republic being a second, Ecuador being a third.
Yeah.
Or Ecuador or Honduras. One of the 2.
Honduras. Pretty sure Honduras.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then, predominantly on this list is a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco. And I prefer cigars from Nicaragua that have some type of Nicaraguan tobacco in it.
I prefer the filler, yes. Not the binder.
A few moments later.
Hello, viewers. As you can see, both me and Matt have a chain of scenery, different clothing. This is actually Sunday. We usually record our episodes on Thursday, and upon recording our episode, we noticed that the last 30 minutes had no audio. So we are re-recording starting off with cigar number 7. So yeah, let's give it another whirl. So cigar number 7 is the My Father Le Bijou 1922 in a Churchill size. Matt actually picked that one up today. I have the torpedo size. And we are actually going to start smoking through the list with the cigars that are obtainable to us. And that'll be starting with the My Father next week. So this cigar came with a 94 rating. Retails for about $12 to $13 and has wrapper, binder, and fillers all from Nicaragua.
It's definitely a good cigar. And like I was saying to you, is that when I was picking this up, the guy that works at Corona down in Orlando, when I was actually getting that cigar, he was unboxing a few of the other My Fathers to put out, and he said that was one of his favorites. So it was really cool to hear that from somebody that's already smoked it.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a My Father cigar. So,
yeah, that's true.
I'll be interested in taking a smoke at it and see how it is.
And which you got a torpedo? You said?
Yeah, I got the torpedo.
Cool.
I'm starting to explore those types of shapes. like the torpedoes, the bellicosos, and stuff like that. Stuff with tapered edges because I never really tried them before, and I think I'm beginning to like them more than the traditional shapes that I normally smoke. So,
You know what's weird is I thought it would suffocate the draw, but it doesn't at all. I mean,
yeah.
not at all. Yeah. So, number 6, which is one of my favorite brands, is Alec Bradley Black Market Churchill. Rating of 94, comes in at a price of about 10 to 11 bucks. The wrapper is Nicaraguan, the binder is Ecuadorian, and the filler is from Honduras and Panama. I haven't had that particular one, but I have had other Alec Bradleys, and again, those guys are really good blenders, just like my father. They're amazing.
Cigar number 5, no surprise, is the Oliva Serie V Churchill Extra. Matt's got that one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're going to smoke that not this coming week, but the following. So that came in with a rating of 95, retails for about $12 to $13. And again, wrapper, binder, and filler, all from Nicaragua.
Now, this coming week, we're going to smoke the My Father, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just that way, if people want to smoke it with us and give us their take, because that'll be our cigar of the night. So you'll actually be able to smoke that with us. We can actually talk about doing live, too, if you want. I don't know.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
maybe.
All right. Number 4. Oh, gosh, this is what happened the last time. That, on our screw up of recording this. Remember, I didn't want to say this one?
Yep.
Hoyo de Monterrey Elegantes. Close? All right.
Good enough.
Rating 95. This one is a little more expensive, but because it's got the Cuban price tag. And wrapper, binder, filler is all Cuban. So this one, I mean, we could get it, right? I mean, like, we could get it if we wanted to, but with the embargo and supporting the Cuban economy, and I don't know, just doesn't feel right. So this is one I will not be smoking.
I mean, all that aside, like, me, like, $30 cigars and up are kind of hard for me to grasp at. So
yeah,
regardless of what country it came from or what blender made it, it's for example, the Arto Fuente Rare Pink, even though it is supposed to be retailed at like $17-18, when the actual retail price of it, because it is a rare cigar, is like $100 for like one. So more get more bang for your buck is what I say.
Yeah, it's expensive, but like, I mean, in all honesty, I'll probably end up buying some.
You will. Not me.
Yeah.
So cigar number 3 on this list is the Davidoff Nicaraguan Diadema. Came in with a rating of 95, price tag of $22 to $23. Wrapper, binder, and filler, all from Nicaragua. Davidoff is another one of those luxury brand of cigars. I have not smoked a Davidoff yet. I think that's one of the well-known name cigars I still haven't tried yet, but I would be interested in trying this just because it is an all Nicaraguan cigar. So, and I'm partial to tobaccos from Nicaragua.
So don't smoke that until at least the 24th at around like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I may stop by.
Oh, are you bringing that?
Yeah, I am.
Hopefully my parents aren't here because
kick them out. It's like 9 o'clock at night. They should be in bed by then.
Who knows?
Yeah, they don't like us smoking, do they?
No. Well, my dad doesn't care.
Facts.
My mom. Yeah.
That whole nursing thing. All right. So cigar number 2, Rocky Patel 66, rating 96, $18. Wrapper is from Mexico. Binder and filler is Nicaraguan. I think that's going to be an interesting smoke.
Yeah, I mean, it is an anniversary cigar. It's a 60 ring gauge, celebrating the 60th anniversary. So I've smoked a couple of Rocky Patel Edges before, and I really like those cigars. So
Where was the
yeah,
wrapper from on those? Do you know? Do you remember?
what happened?
Where was the wrapper from? Where was that wrapper from on those? Because I don't think I've ever
Uh,
smoked anything with a Mexican wrapper or from Mexico.
I mean, if you've ever smoked a Camacho, you've smoked something from Mexico, probably.
Oh, that's true. I did smoke a Camacho.
Yeah,
Um, but I want to say it was one of the flavored like bourbon ones.
yeah, probably.
So
I'm
I didn't
I
get
really
those.
I really like the Rocky Patel cigars. I've had a few. This one in particular is very eye catching because it has a very colorful, elegant band on it that stretches from the foot almost to the cap of the cigar. So it's very elegant if you know.
We're definitely gonna have to pick that one up.
Yeah, a lot of blue, a lot of like red, gold, um, you know. So
I mean, I think a lot of like this, I guess, next generation of cigar smokers, we're very uh, things that appeal to our eye. You know, I am definitely guilty of buying something that had a really cool band on it,
yeah,
like just because of the band. Didn't know anything about it, no history. I bought it because of the band, which sounds so superficial, but it,
I've
you
done
know.
that before, but I've learned my lesson because I've wasted too much money on cigars with pretty bands that smoke like shit. So uh, I do my research now for sure.
I'm awaiting that lesson still.
Yeah. And our cigar of the year for 2022 for Cigar Aficionado is the H. Upman number 2. That is a rating of 98 with a price tag of $39 to $40. And it is an all Cuban cigar. Now, this is the first time that a Cuban cigar has been Cigar of the Year in about 10 years, from what I understand. So, again, maybe a cigar I will never get a chance to try, but if you got
We'll
them,
see.
smoke them.
We'll see what happens. I mean, because it's number one, it might be worth, obtaining. I don't know. Maybe not though.
I feel like the Cuban cigars on this list are a little bit more attainable, just because, like, yes, they're well known Cuban cigar brands, but I feel like they may not be the ones that get like counterfeited all the time, because they
Right.
don't have Cohiba or
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet slapped on the side of them. So
Yeah, I see the Cohiba probably the most when it comes to people asking, "Hey, is this real?"
yeah,
That happens a lot, and half the time, more than half the time, it's not real.
yeah.
You know,
And since
folks
we
going off their nose.
are, that cigar of the year was revealed on the 15th, and we are recording this well past that. The entire 25 list has now come out. So we're not going to go into too much detail, like giving you the rating and the price and the binder and filler, but we are going to go ahead and just run through 11 through 25 of the Cigar Aficionado list. I'll go through about half, and Matt, if you want to take the other half.
Yeah.
So coming in at 11 is the EP Carrillo Pledge Apogee. The Pledge has been I think it has been a number one cigar. I forgot what year it was. I think like 2 or 3 years back. So it's nice to see it on the list. I think that's a different Vitola than was on previous year. Number 12 is the La Flor Dominica Oro Chisel. I've always wanted to try this type of cigar because it is a very unique shape. Chisel, stating that it does look like a chisel. One of our favorite brands comes in at number 13, the Hoya Nicaragua Antano 1970 in the Churchill size.
That'll be another one that we definitely smoke.
Have you had that one before? Or?
Haven't had that particular one, no.
Yeah, I've had the Antano Dark Corojo, and probably one of my top 5 cigars right now. So, number 14 is the New World Dorado in a Robusto size. And number 15, Matt's favorite brand, La Polino Goldie Laguito, number 2. In number 16, Romeo y Julieta Linea de Oros Nobles.
Which is actually one of my favorite brands. At least for my bulk stuff.
Number 17, the Cohiba 55 Anniversario Edition Limitada 2021.
Have we had that one?
No, that's a Cuban cigar. I haven't had that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We had the black or something.
Yeah. We had this. Okay. We had the Cohiba Black.
Got it.
And then I'll have you run through 18 through 25.
Thank God. Easy to pronounce. Brick House Churchill. Good old solid brick house. Number 19, San Cristobal Classico. Number 20, Casa Magna Colorado Robusto. Number 21, Alegria Robusto. So that's a brand I'm not that familiar with.
Yeah, Alegria. No, I've seen it on the shelves, but I'm not familiar with it.
All right, you want to hit 22?
22 is Tatuaje Capa Espacial Cojete.
God, I should have tried it because I so knew I had it in my head. And I was like, okay, no, because I'm not going to sound like a southern redneck idiot.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Espinosa, Knuckle Sandwich, Habano, Corona, Gorda R.
That's number 23.
That's at 23.
Yep.
24, La Gloria, Cubana Classic, Glorious. And number 25. This is a cigar that I actually like. However, the name of it is a little bit of a turnoff. And it is Plasencia Reserva Original Corona. The reason it sounds like placenta.
I knew you were gonna say that. Actually, Plasencia is actually one of my favorite brands.
It is. It's great. It's a great cigar. They're well blended. They're flavorful. They produce good smoke. They hardly ever need a touch up. But it's just like, come on, the name. Have we not done better?
Plasencia is actually one of the cigars. Like, you know how like I say I avert high price tags.
Yeah.
I will pay the extra for a Plasencia.
It is. It's a good cigar. It's just the name. Like, could the marketing people have not been like, listen, that kind of sounds like placenta. We probably shouldn't go with that.
I mean, I don't even know what Plasencia means, so it could mean something very special to those people.
Or it could mean something dropping out of your uterus.
Maybe.
After pregnancy.
All right, so that is the top 25 list, 1 through 25. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. We are working on upgrading our equipment over time, and that just takes time and money. So
I apologize for nothing.
Yeah, something that a lot of people don't have. So eventually this is gonna be banging 24/7. But right now,
Yep.
we appreciate everyone sticking with us and coming along for the ride, and watching this channel grow. So
yeah, please keep watching. I mean, I'm actually still amazed at the number of folks that we have that are hitting our videos. I know the last one hit over 1,000 views, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And then we're at 200 and some odd followers.
Yep. About 200 followers, and And if you are one of those 208 subscribers, we want to just say thank you very much. Hope you guys all have a great holiday. Next week, we will be smoking the My Father, what was it again? The My Father Le Bougie 1922.
Yes.
If anyone wants to pick up that cigar ahead of time and, I don't know, experience it for yourself, that is what we'll be smoking and what we'll be reviewing on the show as our Cigar of the Night. As far as subject, we're still talking about things. We were planning on doing a whiskey review, so that may come up next week. So until next time, this is the Cigar Advisors signing out.
Deuces.
We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Looking for the ultimate resource to find the best cigar bars in your area? Want to hang out with the folks who have the same passion for cigars as you? Do you want to find a cigar lounge with like-minded individuals to relax, network, and get together with friends? This is what the Cigars Advisors are here for. A state-of-the-art platform that allows all cigar lovers to locate cigar lounges and bars. This is a place where everyone can come together, share their thoughts, and review their favorite cigar spots without any restrictions. Find your new favorite cigar lounge now by visiting thecigaradvisor.com.